Hi folks, Oblique Planes 10, and in today's tutorial we'll be doing two questions. And the first one here, I have the laminar set up, all the measurements you would need are there, and what we're going to be looking for is to draw a line from or to touch that plane, or laminar, sorry, and is 90 degrees to it. So a lot of these questions, when you come up against them, you'll need to see an edge view of the plane to see, exactly how far something is away from it, okay? Or to see, what is the inclination of that laminar, okay? So we'll go ahead now, and what the first thing we'll do there is we'll take a level line across at B, because I'll want to see this as a plane, and we have that rule in geometry that if you have a true length line on a plane, you can look along it and you'll see it as an edge view. Now drop down to the right line, so it's AC. And that is the true length there. So now that we have that, as we said, we're going to look along it. Okay, x1, y1. All our heights we'll get from the elevation, which is 2 views back. And the wrote up there anyway, so we don't have to measure them. That's A. C. That'll be B there. Now that's an edge view of that. Now we do need R as well actually, which is 75 high. Now the shortest distance, that's what we're after in this, and to draw that line. So the shortest distance from R to this laminar would be, as you're looking at the edge view, at 90 degrees. Okay. And I'll call that there point K. Now what we need to do, of course, we need to bring this back to plan and elevation and draw in our lines. So run it down there. You can put in a heavy line here now. That will be K there, because as I said, as you look at that, that has just been revolved up, and it's also another point in geometry that a perpendicular to a plane will appear perpendicular to the traces of that plane. Okay, so this guy is also going to be at 90 degrees. Okay, so we can see the true length of it out there, and it's just been lifted up there, so the point is still going to be 90 degrees out from that. Now we have to bring that up then, K up to elevation. So it must be somewhere on that line there. Bring it down, now we're bringing it up. And of course, how far up or where is it on that line? Well, we measure off this height here. So if you take this height from there to there, and you mark it off, that will get you K in elevation, and don't forget to draw in the line. Okay. And that is the first question done in this tutorial. So if you bear with me a second, I'll get the second question. And now, in this second question, another laminar has already been set up, and just a simple one, ABC, plan and elevation, and you have the point J. All your measurements you'll need are there, and remember, it's in, up, and down when you're setting those out. Okay. Now, what we've been asked to do in this is we have been asked to draw a line going from J to touch this plane. But there's a couple of things about that line. Okay, one is that I'm telling you that it's going to have to be at 45 degrees to the horizontal plane. And the second thing is that that line of true length will be 90 millimeters long. So here's how you would go about setting up or resolving such a question. So same thing again, we're going to have to get an edge view of this laminar first. So take a level line across here. Get our height from elevation. And that must get me C there. Now I need J as well, which is up height of 100. Now, we're going to use a cone to help us solve this, like in so many things, okay? So, first of all, that's the height there of J, okay? Now, we're told that the line is going to be 90 millimeters in length, okay? And it's at 45 degrees to the horizontal plane. So, if you put down your set square like this, we're going to set up an elevation of a cone. The true length of that will be 90. Okay. Now, what all you're going to do there is, it's like if that was the line, a cone, right, and that was the extreme generator. Here we're looking at it in its extreme edge, so that's the true length of it, okay? But if that generator was to revolve around there, okay, the top would be locked on J, the bottom point of the line generator would be revolving around, and bang, it would hit it here at point N, okay? And that would give you the place to draw in the line from J to N, okay? And now what we've got to do is we've got to recreate this in our other views, okay? Now, we're using a cone to help us solve this, as you see. And I'll just put in, there was one part of the information there. We were told that it was at 45 degrees to the horizontal plane. Now we're going to still need to use the base of this cone. So we're going to you need to draw the cone now in plan view, or just a part of it, a light version. So from J there, set your compass to half the base of that cone. Bring it down into your plan there. I'll just lightly draw that in now. Now N, of course, will come down. From the auxiliary. And when it hits the edge there, we can now draw that line in from J to N, where it hits in plan view, okay? So we're using that cone there, and as we said, it was like you were spinning the generator around. The top line point would be always fixed up here. As the generator moves around, it would move around the base. It goes on over until it hits the plane, and that's finds you the point then to drop down, point in. Okay, and finally then, just to finish that out, we need to draw that in elevation. So we bring it straight up, somewhere on that line there now, and that's, I'll just put in a couple arrows, that's where we brought it down. And now it's going up into elevation. And of course, similar to the last, exact same to the last question actually, 2 views back we'll get the heights from. And we'll mark that over here. So that will be in there. I just put in that. So that height there is the same as this height over here, 2 views back. Okay. And that would enable us there to, using the cone to help us solve that, we draw the line from J to hit that plane. And you know, the line is true inclination to the horizontal is 45 degrees. And its true length is 90 millimeters. Okay. And we only could see that there when we looked in that way. So that's that's Oblique Planes 10, folks. Stay tuned, more videos to come, and you know, we're going to keep working away now right up till the end, and we'll have as much covered as we can for next year. So take care, folks, and stay safe.